only one Ricki. Tonight at 5 on UPN 38.
Today on Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Ricki's like one of the first people that I call if something major is going on in my life.
I think we're always there for each other.
Ricki Lake brings along her best friend to discuss the special bond of female friendships. Also, one of Cybill's best friends dishes on her pal.
Here's a little secret about Cybill. She's a great swing dancer.
Plus, don't miss the action when Cybill and her game guests reveal all.
You find yourself in the arms of your best friend's fiance, and he is holding you much too close. How do you react?
How about a knee in the groin?
And do female friendships differ from their male counterparts?
We enjoy emotional bonding, and they speak about sports and activities or business.
Welcome to Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, with your host, Cybill Sheppard.
Today on Mars Venus, it's Ricki Lake Day! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Ricki Lake Day, and the topic is the power of female friendship. And you know, Ricki is not only an actress, a mother, and a talk show host. She's a powerful friend to millions of women the world over.
Teenage girls who have been hiding their pregnancies are here to break the news to their families. Michelle was 8 months pregnant, and no one knew about it. And then she saw an episode of this show about hidden pregnancies, and something changed.
Please welcome Ricki Lake.
Air kisses? Air kisses! Nice to see you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That's like the first standing ovation I've ever gotten. Wow. I feel like the wrong person came out.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! I have loved you for so many years for your talent as an actress, and I have to tell you,
and
this is my,
of course.
Oh, thank you. But I have, you know, I've been a guest on talk shows for 30 years, but this is the first time I've ever tried to host one.
It's harder than it looks, isn't it?
Well, it's really hard. And I just want to say, you know, you have done it so brilliantly for 8
Thank you.
years
Yeah,
now.
I'm in my 8th season playing. Yeah, it's not, I mean, knock wood. I'm very lucky, and I've, you know, I know this show's about friends. I've had wonderful friends, wonderful family, a wonderful husband and child, of course.
But you've worked very hard.
I have, but you know, in some ways, you know, I'm out here doing King of Queens. I do a recurring role in that show, and you know, my talk show sort of, oh, they cued them to clap again. But I mean, I'm out here doing that, and it's so neat to do something that is more challenging to me, and to really reflect on the talk show thing. Really comes so naturally for me.
Well, you're an but you're an actor.
I was an actor first, but I feel like I've always felt that I'm a better talk show host than I am an actor. I feel like it's easy for me to talk to real people about their problems, about their situations, help them, give them advice, be their friend, be their sister, and so it's just something that I really feel comfortable doing.
Well, your show's really changed, right, over 8 years.
It's evolved. I mean, I think
evolved.
I've evolved.
So how?
Well, I think the show is personality driven, just as your show is. You know, it's about me and my sort of perspective on life, and I've grown up a lot in the last 8 years. I mean, I went from being 24 and dating the guests on my show. You think I'm kidding. I actually did go out with a few of them. It didn't pan out, but
I know. The other thing is, once you've gone out with one of your guests or someone you work with, it's awfully hard to get them back on as a guest.
Oh yeah, no, they were one-timers, I should say. Yeah, no, they didn't pan out. No, I didn't. Not what you're thinking. But then I of course met my husband, got married, had a beautiful child, having another one. You know, I mean.
Well, in my family.
Thank you.
Your film, Hairspray, is like, in my family, I don't know if you know Ricki's film Hairspray, but it's one of our favorites. Really,
it's my favorite,
you know
too.
What? It's so strange. It's like a tradition in my family with my kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like
a cult film.
Yeah, but it's like in our family tradition, there's just a very few films we go, oh, let's watch that. Like once a year at least, we sit down and watch it. We love that. Yeah, and the only other one's like 42nd Street, which is a great.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like really special to my.
Oh, that's
but
great.
also, there's something that's really special to you that's so important that you've really stood up for young women. It's teen pregnancy. You were talking about it on your show.
That was the show. That was
an important
such an
issue for you?
amazing show that we did, where we had young women on teenagers, 15, 16, 17, telling their parents for the first time that they were pregnant. They were hiding their pregnancies. And I think we have a responsibility with our show, because our show has such a young audience, to talk to people about, A, what to do when you're pregnant, but B, also to keep yourself from getting pregnant. And,
Abstinence and birth control.
Yeah,
one or the other?
Well, we're working with the National Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. I'm sort of working with them very closely.
To you?
Because look at the statistics. Look at these people raising. There's a cycle. There's these mothers, that we have on that were 15 when they had their children, and then their daughters are repeating the cycle. So the idea is to hopefully give them the power, give the teenage, not talk down to them, but to give them the power to make their own decisions, but to also give them all the options. And that's what I love about the national campaign. I think they're doing a great job. And also Project Cuddle is also an amazing organization that we work with.
What is Project Cuddle? Because I was reading about that. It sounds fascinating.
We ran their hotline. It's a hotline. It's a 24-hour hotline for young women that are pregnant, don't know where to turn. And it helps them to keep them from keeping it a secret. Helps them to tell their parents, tell a guidance counselor, get them prenatal care. And just in the show that we did, that you saw a clip from, we saved 100 babies. And it's amazing. From hospital abandonment, the mothers going through no prenatal care, something happening to the mothers because they're runaways, or they're, there's all different situations, but it's amazing that...
But why do you call it Cuddle? Because you're actually giving some nurturing
to
these young mothers?
It's not our organization, it's an organization that exists. This woman, Debbie, is incredible.
I'm just curious, like the Cuddle is that you're giving these people guidance, so in a way it's kind of support.
Well, this woman, Debbie Magnuson, who's the head of Project Cuddle, she's an angel, and she actually presented me, when she came on my show, she presented me, because we had done one other show with them before, a book of all the babies, like all the pictures of the babies that we had saved because they had called in, they saw the hotline on our show, and they were pregnant and didn't know where to turn. And these were, potential casualties, and yet they survived.
But you're not talking about like counseling women whether to end an unwanted pregnancy. That's not
no,
what you're talking about.
these are situations, and we don't necessarily counsel them. We don't tell them what to do. We just give them support. But these women are, in many cases, are too far along to do anything in that way. But yeah, we help them in any way. And Project Cuddle's been amazing. It's so important.
I need a little Project Cuddle right now.
You do? I'll get you in touch with her.
I have a guy I want to work on the Project Cuddle.
My Project Cuddle's arriving Friday night, actually.
I got a couple of Project Cuddles. But I have so much respect for you. Like, you do appeal to a very young audience. And so you're trying to reach out. I mean, you're actually a role model.
No, I never set out to be, but thank you.
But one becomes that when you become that famous and that influential. And how does that, is that an overwhelming responsibility?
I don't think about that. I mean, I live my life.
I see you not comfortable with this. Like,
I think in some ways, and I joke about it, I actually got married before I had children, which sometimes seems kind of backwards when I do my show.
It's sort of my life is kind of backwards.
Really?
Yeah.
But I just try to be the best person I can be, and I'm in therapy. I've always been pro therapy, and we do this aftercare program for our guests, and I think I just concentrate on trying to be the best person I can be. I don't think about being a role model. That's too big a task, I don't want that responsibility.
But just by your stand on the issue and your commitment of your time to these wonderful causes, you are a wonderful role model.
Oh, thank you.
And so even though I see your discomfort with it, you are doing a wonderful thing.
Thank you. Well, I mean, we have a responsibility,
women.
I think, as doing what we do, to sort of get the message out without beating it over people's heads. And that's what I think, we've been able to do. It's very delicate with our show, I definitely say what's on my mind. If you watch the show, you definitely hear my opinion in there, but I try not to disrespect anybody or belittle them. I try to keep people, treat them the way that I would want to be treated.
Respect is the key. And when we come back, one of Ricki's best friends. I can't wait to meet her.
Mandy. If you become pregnant, diapers won't be the only thing you'll be changing. How about your sleeping habits, your friends, your school, and your dreams for your future? You'll be amazed at how far you can really go when you don't go all the way. This is Ricki Lake. Check out teenpregnancy.org. Vanica.
Because there's more.
That's what I like about you. That's what I like.
So he was with this Jewish guy, and it was like the only time he was free. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He didn't like me because I'm not Jewish. So did you get any good gifts? I got this from Doug. Oh my Lord, what are those, giraffes?
6 of them. It's like a car crash. It's hard to look at, yet I can't look away.
Oh, that is so fun.
It's really a lot of fun. They're such nice people. Thanks. King of Queens is a great show. That was like the easiest job to get. You know, I got the job, and then it was like, wow, it's a hit show already. It's so nice. No pressure.
Yeah. So
I'm
you're
happy
really
to be
doing it all.
I have a lot on my plate.
You
I'm
have a
the
lot.
busiest I've ever been.
You know, I think that slipped by very quickly. That you're actually expecting your second child, right?
I am. I'm 3.5 months pregnant. So, you know, it's like in that phase where you don't necessarily look pregnant, you just feel fat and your skin is blotchy and you're crying all the time. It's that kind of,
and you feel like you're going to throw up all the time.
I won't do anything to your stage, I promise. But
I would consider it an honor. You know,
it'll
Ricki,
be a first for you.
Feel free to vomit on the rug. I really have a problem with that.
I'll warn you, but if I have to get up and leave, you'll know why.
I was telling Ricki in the break, like, whatever she feels like, double it. And that's what it's like with twins, because I had a twin pregnancy, which was so
that I'm
vile.
having twins. I keep getting, I don't think I am, but I haven't had an ultrasound yet, so.
Uh-oh.
You know, I'm doing a home birth, so I'm going the whole natural
how
route.
fantastic. With nurse midwives?
With a midwife and a doula, yeah.
Oh, a doula?
A doula, which is, I was a doula for a friend of mine who gave birth. It's a labor support person.
Oh, we need as much support as we can in labor.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is about wonderful friendships. And we have one of your very best friends, Mandy Ingber.
Mandy
is here.
Ingber is here. And we've been friends for 11 years?
We've been friends for like 12 years.
Okay, let's round it off to 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did you meet going up for the same part?
Yes.
As actresses?
Actually, we did. We met when we were about 15 years old.
Yeah.
God, they're so young.
At a Silver Spoons audition.
Which I got.
Yeah. She beat me.
Which is how Ricki remembers me.
Yeah, then we met like 4 years later when I moved to LA, and she was working on a show, Dirty Dancing, and I saw her from afar, and I'm waving at her, and she's thinking, what were you...
I was like, why is the girl from Hairspray waving at me? Like, what's up with that?
And I remembered her from getting my part, and so
Yeah.
we became friends from that moment on, and we've spent a lot of time, a lot of unemployed days together.
Many unemployed days.
Many, yes.
Well, obviously you have a wonderful sense of humor you share together. But what other things are really meaningful about your friendship?
Well, Mandy, you tell her.
Well, I mean, I actually think like growing up together, like as women, is a really cool thing. It's like seeing your closest friend go through like losing her virginity, getting married, having children.
Did you go through that, losing your virginity?
Well, not literally.
Yeah, actually, yeah, she wasn't there at the moment.
I wasn't there.
But she was there the moment after. I'm one of these people, and I think that's why I'm a good talk show host. I've been very open and candid about my life, and yes, there was a moment when I was 20 years old. I did lose my virginity, finally, and she was the first person I called, and he was still sleeping in the other room.
And what did you tell Mandy?
I told her just that guess what, I finally did it, and she was, like,
I was like, God, I didn't know you were a virgin.
Oh my gosh, what's the craziest thing the two of you have ever done together?
Well, we're kind of boring, but basically...
You are?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
You don't seem boring to me.
Well, thank you. We used to host these lunches at the Sioux Plantation that would go on for like 6 hours, and like we would have rotating people coming
that's
throughout
like,
the day.
I mean, for those of you who don't know,
Eating
it's
for
like
6
an
hours.
all-you-can-eat
salad
that.
bar.
And
with,
one
like,
of us,
pizza.
one of us would pay, and the other person wouldn't. She'd just be, oh no, I'm just sitting, and we'd go back and forth,
I
get the
see.
muffins and the soups, and and we'd feed like our friends, 20 friends for 6 hours.
Yeah, right. For like the price of 5 people.
Exactly. That was our existence for a long time.
So you laugh together? Do you cry together?
Yeah, I think I just cried earlier, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm very hormonal right now, so I was just crying earlier. But yeah, we've
Ricki's
shared a lot.
Ricki's like one of the first people that I call if something major is going on in my life, and I mean, I think it's the same for you. When stuff is going on, I think it's important to have your support system.
Well, I know, Ricki, you said it's important also, the friendships that you make before you really make it big and become really famous. And sometimes that's the people that you can really trust, that you turn back to, not the ones that want to be your friend because you're very successful.
Yeah, and I think you would say that I've sort of remained the same. I mean, I've definitely gotten better taste over the years.
You've actually gotten cooler. The truth is that since you've gotten cooler, the more secure you've gotten and the more successful you've gotten more grounded, and I mean, I think that it's actually done good for you in that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything happens in the right timing. And I was very much a different person, very young when I lived out here. I haven't lived here for 8 years.
Ricki used to be like starstruck over like Eve Plum, you know, of the Brady. Like, she was totally, you know, like, I'm doing a Brady brunch, she would say. Come to my Brady brunch.
That was probably the craziest thing we've ever done.
It's pretty crazy.
It all
revolves
Cindy
around
and
food.
Jan. That was like a big get. You know, we had Cindy and Jan at our brunch. Yeah.
All her. So what is the most important thing about this friendship for you, Ricki?
That I think we're always there for each other. I mean, you know, I've called her when I was in labor. I was having contractions with my last pregnancy, and she, you know, wait, hang on, Mandy, hang on. I'm going through a contraction. And I'd stop, and then you know, 30 seconds later, I'd start talking again. So, you know, we've been through a lot together, and it's funny. You know, you don't think about it until you're asked these questions on a talk show.
Oh, because have you ever been on a talk show together with your best friend?
No.
Because I did
Have
that.
you ever been on my show?
No, I've watched you do your show, but no, I've never.
But
yeah.
I think you should make sure you get a little aftercare to protect the friendship.
Okay.
I only say that because I had my best friend, and I guess about eight years ago, we did a talk show together. We've been best friends since we were 12 years old. We graduated from high school together, and we had a falling out after appearing on this talk show. We had a big fight.
Your southern accent is coming out when you talk about that.
I'm from Memphis, and we had a fight like for a year, and now we're best friends again.
But
I
you
was
never
just
had a
saying,
fight.
we'll get you aftercare.
This could be our day that we had that fight.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fine. That was
There's still about 40 minutes left of the show.
Yeah,
so.
we'll see what happens.
Wait till
Okay. When we come back, two celebrity chefs with the perfect recipe for friendship, so don't go away.